Another show as we dive behind the canvas and get behind the brush, the Southwest Florida art scene. Happy to do it for you. This is Behind the Brush as we take a look at what's happening in the arts. Rick Vasky along with Cesar Aguilera. Cesar, did I say it right this time? I always say it.
Yes, finally.
Cesar.
Yes.
Is it Cesar?
Cesar.
I like Cesar. It's much more royal. A lot of great things happening in the Southwest Florida art scene, man, since the last time we were in here on a show. And you guys had a great show going on down there, the Great 8. And later in the show, we're going to be talking to some of the artists from the downstairs at the Sidney Byrne Art Center. But tell me about what was going on upstairs.
Well, we have the exhibition called Cinematic Devotion. So the challenge was to create art based on cult classic movies. So everybody has a different one. Some of them are the romantic ones, some are the horror ones. So it was a great collection of art from all different genres and different types of art. So that's why we have one of my favorite pieces in the whole show. We invited Jason Sanders.
Jason, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing very well, man. Doing very well. Happy to be here.
I'll tell you what, man, when I walked in, the very first piece is your piece. When I walked into the show, and I was like, and it's one of my favorite all-time movies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Pulp Fiction, right? You can't, what do you say? You gotta love it.
What's crazy about those pieces, though, is Cesar was telling me that this is the first time you've ever done oil? Or you haven't done it in a while, or what?
Actually, that was my first. So the Samuel Jackson piece was my first oil piece. So I fought with acrylics, in the past, and I was like, man, the oils, they're just so nice. It's so nice to work with. So.
Yeah, man. I can't even look at that Samuel L. Jackson picture without going, you flock of seagulls. You know why we're here? Right? It's such a great piece, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And then the one that you did also, obviously, what's her name?
Mia,
yeah, of course, it's my daughter's name. But no, what's her real name in real life?
Uma
Thurman.
Yes.
Oh, that Uma Thurman, man.
Yeah, so the Samuel piece went. It was my first piece. It went super smooth. I was like, man, this is great, And then the Uma, I had a harder time with that one, man. Believe it or not, it gave me a little bit of a challenge, but
I'll tell you what, they are beautiful pieces,
Thank you,
man. And they're big too.
Yeah, that's the thing, First one, I'm gonna start with something little. No. Let's two giant ones.
Things like 3 foot by 4 foot. I mean, they're beautiful.
It was, it was time consuming. I'm definitely not as efficient as I could or should be. I just kind of got into it this past year or so, really putting effort into my art. So
yeah. Now, you were probably into art growing up, or where did art start for you?
So, obviously artist at heart, always. When I was very young, I wanted to be an animator for Disney, believe it or not.
Wow, really?
Yeah, way back in the day, man, back in the 80s. So, but things happen, life happens, and I kind of... I had a child young and work and raising my son and all that, and
priorities.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I put out pieces here or there over the years, but like I said, it was probably about a year ago. I did a piece for Cesar and
for dark art.
For the dark
the dark art.
Yeah, man. It was like a bottle cap piece. It was like 5,500 bottle caps I put together. It was like the sugar skull.
Where do you even
dope.
get 5,500 bottle caps? Do you gotta take up a collection from people? Do you stay out there and people are gathering? Give me some spare change. I don't need your spare change. I need your bottle caps.
I pretended I was in Fallout. It was like my currency for the last 20 years. So. But no, that was a pretty dope piece, and that was my first big piece in a long time. And I don't know how I came across the Sidney Byrne Davis
post that they did.
Yeah, but I decided to put it in there, and I'm glad I did, man, because they've really motivated me to keep going
Get you fired
with it.
Back up.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah. So what's next, man? Like, what are you thinking now? Are you going to stick into the oil range, or are you going to do
Yeah,
some?
so that's my thing, is I don't really have like a thing. So I like to jump around a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. I've got some stuff coming up for the dark arts. I've got some metal work, metal sculpture that is
wow.
pretty dope. Yeah. I am doing some more oil paintings. I do like the oils, you know. But yeah, I do. I like to jump around, man. I like to jump around.
Yeah, sweet. You know what's great? We talked to what's Danielle's last name? We just had her on the show.
Brenshaw.
Yeah, and she just like almost the mother of the arts. Would you know?
Yeah,
right.
yes. Always mentoring, encouraging people.
And she just had we just had spoke to her on Behind the Brush, and the best thing I think that she brought. Not only just to the art world, it was the fact that she really tries to remind people that this is a community of the arts, that the coalitions in working together, that sometimes it's might be hard, or people's got their own different styles, but it's the group that inspires everybody to stay in it and stay motivated.
Yeah, I like that. You know, when I submitted that piece last year, I didn't know what to expect, you know, going into it. And I do like that there's various levels of skill, and it makes you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Putting your art out there when there's just...
Yeah, everybody's got a different style.
Yeah, styles and skill levels and all that. It's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? It kind of helps your confidence a little bit, and it helps you to kind of, you see the really good stuff, and you're like, man, you know, you want to get there. Yeah. So it's real nice, man. It's good.
It's neat to go down and see like just the coalitions that you've done a great job at the Sydney Burn.
Thanks.
And you know, the downstairs part of it, again, we're going to talk about that here more in a little while. Are there any other coalitions that are coming up that Jason might be?
Oh yeah, Dark Art is coming in October, so I'm sure you will be doing something for that.
I've got a few pieces in the you know, on deck for that, for sure, man.
Yeah, that's one of the longest running shows in town, so everybody expects that.
Yeah.
That show.
How do, just from, you know, not to step too far away from you, Jason, but how do people actually normally find out about these open calls and things like that?
Well, we post it all the time on our social media or on our website, so they're posted at least a year in advance, so people can create something.
Yeah.
But go to our website, go to our social media, Sydney and Burn Davis Art Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to add that to our website about all the calls,
Yeah.
so you can find it all in one great location.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, you know, even the place that Danielle is the curator for, I can't even remember, number one, the name of it, or number two, the website. So you can go ahead and throw that in.
Bonita Arts.
Right? But again, it'd be nice if there was a place where it all came together under one thing.
And that's the idea, to bring artists from all levels, you know, being together, because there's a lot of places that people don't know where they can exhibit. Yeah.
No, I agree. And matter of fact, you know, I've been keeping an eye out for that sort of thing, and you'll see it like on Facebook and things like this. But this isn't local, you know, and it's kind of like, you know, it's you kind of want the local stuff. I do, anyways.
Yeah. When you go out, you know, do you ever see things that just are like, you know what, that just inspired me? Or where does most of your reasoning come from behind, like, when you want to start a piece? Or
Yeah, so as I get older, you know, you'll have something in your mind, and who knows what inspired you. You know, there's inspiration everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But you may have an idea, and you just kind of start running with it. Well, for me, I'll kind of run into roadblocks on something, and it's like you're fighting it, and then it's kind of like a smack in the face, like no, like it's like the universe wants you to do it a certain way or whatever. Like, for example, on that dark arts piece, that bottle cap piece, I built the frame. And the texture on the frame, that wasn't my original.
And it just
So I had this aluminum welder, and I had this crappy like alloy wire. You know, it was some junk that I had laying around. Well, it didn't puddle correctly. It was kind of spitter and spattering, and I was fighting with it, and I was like, you know what? That's kind of dope. Like I just ran it. I just ran with it and put this texture all over it, and it turned out pretty cool.
It created itself.
Yeah. So sometimes you just got to run with the mistakes, and make it happen. So.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. Well, is there any way, or do you have anything coming up that people can follow along with you? Or
I've got an Instagram, Hermit Garage. That's kind of my company.
Hermit Garage, I like that. That's cool.
I'm a hermit, man. I'm a hermit, so I'm trying to get out more, but you can follow me there. Feel free to reach out to me. I am a hermit, but I'm I don't mind talking to people, so bouncing ideas off or whatever.
But we're working on a show in September 2025.
Yeah,
true.
You got your own show coming up.
I do, man. I do. I'm super stoked. They gave me an opportunity there at the Sydney Byrne Davis.
Every exhibition that he has put a piece is being mind blowing. It's just like, we need a solo show for this.
Yeah. So now you got your work cut out for you. You got to fill some walls.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been. I've been trying to be a little more efficient, to try to get some pieces out for that show. But I don't want to sacrifice any quality,
Yeah. Just take it one step at a time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm stoked about that show. Definitely come check it out. It's a year from now, but
that time flies though. It'll be September 2025 before you know it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, well, we definitely enjoyed those pieces in Cinematic Devotion up there. Your Pulp Fiction oil pieces. Yeah. Appreciate you coming in, man. We're gonna connect this up on our website so people can find the Hermit. Even if he's hiding.
Yeah, man. Yeah, get me out of the hole, man.
Yeah, and we're going to keep promoting, man. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. This was great.
Yeah, Jason Sanders here, Southwest Florida artist. Anything else you need to thank? Anybody you need to thank? You need to thank Mom or anybody?
Oh, well, yeah. Shout out to, the family and all that. But no, man, I'll keep it short and sweet with you
guys. Right on. We're going to take a quick break, and coming up, we got a very cool electric art, which is very cool, right? I don't even know. How does he even do this?
We will see, because he's bringing a sample. Hope he does it.
Very cool. Sonny Romano coming up right here on Behind the Brush right after this. Stick around.
We're here at the Sidney Byrne Davis Arts Center in downtown Fort Myers on the rooftop deck. Another one of the amenities of downtown that not a lot of people have seen. We are right in the heart of the River District on 1st Street. This place is available for private events, parties, corporate gatherings, weddings. They're open to the public on the weeknights. They got Wednesday night events here. They have Friday night events here. Live music, entertainment. They got a bar. Incredible views of downtown overlooking the river. A great place to kind of start your night downtown. If you're coming down here for dinner, great place to finish your night downtown. It's really becoming an important part of kind of the nightlife and the scene of downtown, and you can't do a walk around on what's going on in downtown and not come check this place out.
We are back, and a great show already as we dive into the Cinematic Devotion, a show that was, Caesar, was all featured on great movies of all times.
All the cult classic ones, the ones that probably didn't make well at the box office, but they have developed this following, that cult following. So there's a lot of people out there that have very devoted thoughts about certain movies, and that's what I want to bring.
Great talk there with Jason Sanders, and I'll tell you, one of my favorite movies, as I said, is Pulp Fiction, and it was just not his. There was other Pulp Fiction pieces there. There was some Kill Bill pieces there, and I loved your pieces that you actually did. You did Reservoir Dogs meets The Breakfast Club. I thought that was so cool, and then your other one, The Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. How do you? That's done on a coffee stained paper?
Yeah, so when I started doing these pieces was by accident. I had a piece of paper and I spilled coffee, and I ruined the piece. But when the coffee dried, create this really cool texture around it. So since then, I've been just doing control accidents too.
That's pretty cool, man.
And then just with charcoal on top of it.
Well, we go from spilling the coffee to lighting it up with the electric and burning it out on the wood with our next guest, Sonny Romano. Sonny, thanks for coming in, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. So this is really wild. These pieces that you did, the one was Bruce Lee, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? I can't remember.
Marlon Brando from The Godfather.
Yeah.
Vito Corleone.
So these
His
pieces
character.
were just phenomenally cool, man.
Thank you,
I
man.
sat there and
Appreciate it.
stared at them for like 10 minutes. Like, how in the world did he even do that?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the same way because with the other pieces that you see with the burning is like very random, but this one is controlled. So
Yeah,
it's
you know what?
very-
It was a lot of like obsessive. Good thing I'm just such a pyromaniac. I was just obsessive, just lighting up wood and seeing, just observing it, and if I changed certain variables, it would act a certain way. And over a few years, like about 3 years after I started being able to kind of control it, and I did a misfit skull.
Really?
I was like, okay. And I was building guitars at the time, and I wanted to put a lightning pattern in a guitar. And I did that, and I was like, well, that's cool. But I feel like there's more I could do with this. So, and then I kind of just started focusing on it and playing with it, messing with the voltage and stuff, and kind of just dialed it in to where I could start drawing pictures with it. And it was just all downhill from there, uphill from there. It's every piece is different. You know, I'm learning stuff with every piece.
So what you do for those people that haven't seen this, or it's a beautiful piece of wood.
Yeah.
And it's literally etched in almost burn marks. And the way that you done it is you have right in front of us here your brush, I guess you would call it, in a whole different way. It's the electric brush.
Yeah, it's
and you
electrode
made
pro.
this?
Yeah, I made this. Usually the way this is done, there's other people, and this is called fractal burning or Lichtenberg wood burning.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Usually-
bigger than a tattoo gun.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like an impact driver if you were
It
in
was
construction.
at one point.
Okay.
It was at one point, but I just used the housing for that, and see, I can manipulate the voltage there, and then turn it on and off right there. And I actually
man.
took apart a microwave, and I used a transformer out of a microwave, and that's where I get my power from. And then I use a liquid. Electrolyte liquid, like with baking soda or borax, depending on the line I'm trying to achieve, and kind of paint the picture with that. Give the channel, create a channel for the electricity to go in, and the electricity does its thing, and it's beautiful and natural, man.
And you were telling me that this technique is no joke, that some people have actually died trying it.
Yeah, I think 30-something people have died
My
fractal burning,
God.
and that's without touching it. Usually, the way it's done is they put nails in the wood, and they put clamps on the nails, and they turn the machine on and back up, and it just does its thing.
Oh,
But
wow.
I made it so I could hold on to it and move it the whole time while it's hot.
Oh,
And,
wow.
I've been hit pretty hard. It's hit me as hard as it's going to hit me, I think.
Oh, my God, man. You're going to take one for the team out here on this.
Well, and it was doing something really stupid. It wasn't even burning something. I was actually trying to jumpstart my truck.
Oh, okay, so it's a whole different.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother art.
And that was as hard as going to hit me. And, when I woke up, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that again, Just
Right.
stick with the wood. But now, I turn it down a little bit. And now I'm working with different kinds of transformers. And like I said, every piece it's coming along, changing a little bit. I'm learning new tricks. It's really fun to be able to explore a new thing.
Yeah, so
know?
let me ask you this. So go back to the chemicals and stuff that you're putting on this wood, like the borax and stuff.
Yeah.
You literally paint the Bruce Lee
Yeah.
on there, and then because some of it, because it's obviously, it looks like textured, it's shaded almost, because that's how the image
Mm-hmm.
comes out. Is that a different chemical, or is it a little lighter there?
Sometimes what I try to do is I use for portraits and stuff like that. I'll use maple plywood because it has a lot of swirls in it.
Oh yeah.
And I can cut across the wood grain, but I try to use as much of the shapes in the wood as I can.
Oh wow.
know,
So
just
when
to
you
make
see
it
a
more
piece of
organic.
wood, you see the image you want to create or something like that?
Yeah, more or less. I'll see a big swirl in the middle of a piece of wood and say that's perfect for a portrait. I could frame a face right there.
Wow.
Or like in that piece I have, that Bruce Lee piece, for instance, I could just see like the swirl was up here and it swirled over, and I just saw Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And-
That's phenomenal, man. So when did this originally start? You said that you were going back and doing this in guitars. How long ago was that?
Beginning of COVID.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've already been in this for a couple of years now.
Yeah, that was when it was like when I had a bunch of time on my hands and like I can sit around and zap wood and I had nothing really else to do. And I made a couple guitars and they sold fast.
Yeah.
And I sold the first guitar, and it was just random burns at that point. I wasn't drawing nothing with it, but I shipped it off to France to somebody, and they put the guitar together. I just did the body, and they put the guitar together and sold it for like $5,000 or something.
Holy.
I was like, man,
I'm on to
just
something.
The burning and just the random burns, electricity, that takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To burn that, and that added all that value to that guitar. And I was like, man, I wish if I could draw with this, I might really have something.
So that's when you started trying to figure
That's
out.
when I got into visual art.
Yeah.
Period. I was doing music, a little bit of woodworking, and then just this took over, and now it's my life.
Oh, so you were just being a musician, and really the passion of making the cool looking guitar inspired this, and then you got into like, all right, let's dive down and make this stuff look even cooler.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man, what a great.
I didn't know that there was nobody else really doing much with it. There wasn't much on the internet about it because it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
So they weren't really releasing much on the internet about it. There are people dying messing with micro because you're messing with about 25, 30 amps. That'll kill you. It's about an electric chair.
Yep. Yeah.
So I had a lot of experimentation practice. It took me a couple months to get it to even spark, and different conductors and then I found that really there wasn't a lot of people doing it. They were just doing it for a finish and after a little while, and I was kind of being able to control it. I'm like, man, if I can really get this down, I have something nobody else is doing. I got to jump on it. So
that's very cool. Have you done any like furniture pieces, like like an end table and all this stuff?
Oh yeah. I've done end tables, bar tops. It all started with that, like functional art.
Yeah.
Shelving, and I still do that stuff a little bit. That's why my company name is Thunderstruck Woodworks. I started off doing just woodworking. I didn't really plan on getting into portraits and stuff until I did one portrait and it turned out cool. And then I did Gene Simmons and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I got to keep going with this. And that was before I was controlling the voltage. That was really rudimentary stuff and it wasn't really detailed yet. And then just from there, I just did it every day and just got more and more detailed. Started doing landscapes and just there's certain subject matter that lends itself really well to this medium.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Lee being lightning fast, and like, Frankenstein. And,
you need to do some AC/DC Thunderstruck on that or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
But now,
it's in the works.
If people want to get a, do you take open applications and suggestions? How do people get a hold of you? How do people find out?
Usually it's through Facebook or Instagram. I've done mostly commissions. The Cinematic Devotion exhibition right now, it's my first real exhibition I've done.
Okay.
And but yeah, I've done a lot of commissions and portraits for people, and pretty much whatever they come at me with, we collaborate and get something out.
I can imagine just in the music industry alone, people want their guitars. I mean, you started probably in the number one spot to hit this in.
Yeah. And the thing is, and the reason I started holding on to the probes as opposed to putting nails in it is I wanted to burn my acoustic. And you couldn't put nails in the acoustic; it would burn too deep. So I had to learn I had to make some probes I could hold on to, and remove them before they burn too deep. And so it's kind of
that's shallow, soft wood.
Yeah, yeah. So I had to figure out a way to hold on to it without frying myself, and eventually I did. You mess up, you pay for it. You're gonna mess up again. But it makes you precise.
That's so cool, man. Anything you got coming up you want to promote, talk about at all?
Well, yeah, I'm doing the Cinematic Devotion show right now, and then in January I am doing a solo exhibition over at DAS, over at Alliance for the Arts.
Okay, cool.
Yep, and then
well, we hope you can submit something also for Dark Art.
Yeah, that too. I have some stuff planned for a Dark Art show that I was going to submit, and hopefully get in. Given I'm accepted,
What is the Instagram?
Oh, it's Thunderstruck Woodworks. At Thunderstruck Woodworks with an X.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to link it too. But
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, that's great stuff. And so get out there, check out Sonny Romano, the Electric Art Man. I mean, do you have a tag like that?
No, but I need to come up with one.
It's pretty much the name of the business.
I tried to come up with a few, but they were corny, like the Electrocutioner or something like that.
It's pulled up.
But no, so I haven't really been able to figure out any cool tags, but I will.
Yeah, man. That's cool. Well, thanks for being here on Behind the Brush, man.
It's been
so cool about learning about what happens, what inspires this, how it all comes to be. Mm-hmm. Even just learning about your coffee spilling on that is interesting. I don't think people understand.
I think a lot of art start like that by accident, getting into new techniques.
Yeah, even when we were talking to Jason Sanders, when he's talking about his frame and how he's welding it, and it accidentally made itself, and it looked amazing, and he stuck with it.
That's what happens with my stuff. When I'm doing portraits, I get really lucky. And that's what freaks me out sometimes when I'm doing an eye and I just have it kind of laid out in pencil and I'm passing a current and it just turns out better than I could ever draw it.
Yeah.
You know, and it just works out. The whole thing is an accident, and you can't, and it's something you can't duplicate.
Right.
No matter what you do, you can't forge, can't duplicate it. I can't duplicate it, you know. So I think that's kind of what makes it special too.
Yeah.
And it's just really organic. I feel like it's appealing to a lot of people just because you see that pattern everywhere in the world. Cardiovascular.
Divine intervention.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really just scratching the surface, man. I'm really excited to see what comes from it. You know, it's my obsession. You know, I do it every day. So
Yeah, man.
I love where I'm at.
Well, you got a niche, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Especially in the art world, and we're lucky to have you around here, man.
Thank you so
Again,
much.
Sonny Romano. This is Behind the Brush, and we'll be right back after this.